belly breath, the breath has to begin, in order for the breath to nourish the body, it has to begin at the belly. If the breath begins at the chest, it's sending the signal to the body that the body's in danger, because that's how we breathe when we're in danger, right? That when we breathe like that, we're accelerating the body. We're accelerating the heart rate, the blood pressure's going up a little bit, things are withdrawing from our limbs, everything's getting ready to run, because our DNA says that when we're breathing like this, it means we're being attacked by a lion. We're in danger. We need to start running and get out of danger. The thing is, when we're under stress, the body reacts the same way, because those worries and those thoughts create stress in the body in the same way that being under real danger does. Those thoughts of anxiety over the what if, what will happen in the future, can cause the same reaction in the body. The body doesn't know the difference. All it knows is that we're breathing from the chest. And we're breathing from the chest, and we're agitated in the mind. And as a result, the body thinks we're in danger. So it does all these things that, sure, when we're in danger are very important, but when we're not, they're not important. Quite the contrary, they create a lot of havoc in us. So what we want to do is breathe in such a way that the body wants to breathe. Because we've been under stress for so long in our lives, or maybe we've been taught to keep our stomachs in so that we look thinner or we look better, or whatever it may be, we have learned to breathe through the chest. And so what I'd like to show you is the proper way of breathing. What happens when we breathe like this, when the breath begins at the belly? We stimulate the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve begins in the belly area and goes through all the organs and up through the brain, to the brain. What happens when that happens? It induces immediate relaxation in the body. It's immediate. There is almost no time lapse between the time that it's activated to where the relaxation begins. This creates homeostasis in the body. This gives a signal for the organs to function together, right? They're all being synergistic. They're all in a place of ease and balance, and harmonies being created. Things are working in a very balanced manner. What does that do? It creates health. The other creates disease, because the body is bunkering down, ready to be attacked. And it's not proceeding in a very relaxed and in a very helpful way, is the only way I can put it. So here's the thing. In order for the breath to be a full breath, it must begin at the belly. The breath will rise on its own. Think of it as a flame. A flame is down here, but it also always rises, right? That's what the breath is. Think of it. It begins at the belly, and it'll rise on its own. But it must begin at the belly in order for it to rise. If it begins here, the only place for it to go is to the clavicle, which is fine, but this whole section has missed out. You haven't given enough time for the gases to be exchanged properly, so therefore the body isn't nourished properly. So it is my belief that it's in the relaxation that the healing happens. I don't believe that healing can happen if you're under stress. And it is my belief that it's under that stress that disease happens. So for me, it's always important to teach.
Would you repeat the sentence once more, Margie?
Okay, let me see. It's in the relaxation that the healing happens. Without relaxation, in a state of stress, disease happens.
Very good. That point we all need to remember. In the stress condition, disease happens. In the relaxation condition, you are easing out from the disease and you are going to ease condition.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
And what you're doing is you're bringing harmony back to the body. When you are when you are relaxed. You're giving the body the space to do what it knows how to do. The body knows what it needs. It's when we impose a certain breath, right, that the body doesn't know. It's confused. You're sending one signal, but the other signal says something different. So you've got this pull occurring, and it's not a healthy thing for us to happen. So, okay, so let me begin because I know we don't have much time. So I want you to look at my belly, and I want you to observe as I'm breathing in, my belly's going out. And as I'm breathing out, my belly's going in. Okay? Obviously, the breath is happening and filling the lungs, but it manifests itself so that we know it's happening at the belly area. So as you're breathing in, I want you to visualize having a balloon here inside, right? What happens when you fill a balloon with air? It gets bigger. Well, that's what happens to the stomach area. As we're breathing in, we fill it. And as we're breathing out, we deflate it. Breathing in, we fill the belly, the stomach. And breathing out, we deflate it. I'm exaggerating the motion. It doesn't have to be that big, but it does have to begin there. It's imperative. It's a primordial need for the breath to begin there. It's the most basic need we have is for that breath to begin there. So let's do it together. You can just bring your hands in your lap or your hands on your knees, whatever's comfortable. Please try to be relaxed, but keep the back straight, because the back straight means you're being able to take a breath that is effortless. The moment you curve your spine, now you're suffering to breathe. The breath is not something that's occurring effortlessly. You're bringing the lungs down. There's not an opening in the way that it needs to be. The moment you bring the chest up and out, oh, you created the space. That's half the battle right there. So it's important that we be aware of not doing this, but trying to keep the chest open and expansive, as well as having this happen here. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's not. And before I run out of time, do this at home. When you do it before meals. Check in with yourself. Like before breakfast, check. How am I breathing? And if you're used to breathing here, that's what you're gonna find. So, okay, so you say, okay, wait a minute, let me take the time. I'm gonna take 20 breaths, close your eyes, and take those 20 breaths before you eat breakfast. And all of a sudden, you'll start feeling there's a sense of relaxation that starts happening. Now you're ready to eat. Now when you eat that breakfast is medicine. That food has turned into this vital nourishment that is going to be absorbed and appreciated by the body in a different way than if you were breathing differently. So I know I'm not trying to exaggerate this. I'm being very, very sincere with this. So lunch comes. So you take 20 breaths before lunch, checking, making sure that your breath, and you'll find, oh my gosh, I'm not breathing that like I need to. So you take the time. And then you eat. Dinner, same thing. And then if you find you want to do it every hour on the hour. After 21 days, you've created a habit. And you'll be breathing like that naturally because the body wants to breathe like that. The body's going to cooperate with you. And the body will breathe like that naturally because it enjoys it. It recognizes that that's the way it wants to breathe. So sorry, I'm very long-winded, I know. But let's do this together. So make sure the back is straight, hands are on your knees, arms are relaxed, everything's relaxed. Bring the shoulders up, take them back, and now as you're breathing out, drop them, good. And breathe in, take the breath to the belly, fill the belly as you're breathing in, close your eyes. And as you're breathing out, release the breath from the belly. I don't want you to take the breath to the chest. Nothing at the chest and nothing at the shoulders. Breathing in, fill your belly. And breathing out, release from the belly. Belly button to the spine. Breathing in, fill that balloon. And breathing out, deflate that balloon. Do 5 more at your own pace with your own breath, but please keep your eyes closed and let the awareness rest at the belly region.